I slept with a man who called me chubby. And let me just start by saying that's the least creative insult I've ever heard. Because you can call me chubby all you want. You can't call me ugly. You can't call me boring. You can't call me not funny. Calling me chubby, like it's not hitting like you think it is. So anyway, this random guy follows me on Instagram, which I love any dating story that doesn't start with I matched with him on Hinge or on Bumble. It just somewhat happened organically. So he follows me on Instagram and he's private, so all I can see is his profile picture. And I'm trying to decide if I think he's cute enough to follow him back. I'm showing him to my friends. I'm like, what do y'all think? He's definitely not my typical type. His Instagram bio also says Austin, Texas, Kansas City, which are like my two cities. I go to Austin all the time. I'm from Kansas City, so I'm like, whoa. I follow him back. He DMs me immediately, asks me for my number very quickly. He is being very upfront, very honest that he's looking for a serious relationship and honestly pursuing me pretty hardcore. And once I saw more of his pictures, I definitely thought he was attractive. He's tall, tatted, fit, has a good job, lives on his own. You know, things that should be the bare minimum, but they're not these days. Right off the bat, me and this guy are fighting, okay? The very first day we're texting, I'm literally at work fighting with this man all day. I couldn't even tell you what we were fighting about. This was a while ago. I'm trying to remember what even sparked the disagreements, but we were arguing all the time. And I don't even know this man. I had some of my friends that were like, honestly, I kind of like it. Y'all kind of have this like feisty banter. I can definitely be a very strong personality. So I always do appreciate when a man is not afraid to put me in my place. So there was a little bit of that going on. It was hard to tell, like, is this toxic or is this like kind of fun? We text for a long time. And this guy's a walking red flag, okay? The things he is saying to me, the fighting words he is using are not okay. And he still tried to call the shots, being like, yeah, I don't think I want anything serious with you since you act like this, but if you're down for something casual, like, I'll do that. And I'm like, no. But of course I still entertained it because, as y'all like to point out, I definitely have dealt with some self-worth issues, and this was definitely in the thick of that. We had a conversation about what dating apps we're on, and I told him I was on Raya, and he told me he didn't want to be in a relationship with someone who was on Raya and who was looking for superficial relationships. The rules that this guy had for the things that he could not date a woman that did this, this, and this were ridiculous. He would tell me over and over again, oh, well, I can't do anything serious with you. Oh, well, since you do that, I have anything serious with you. He would also constantly block me and unblock me. We would get into a giant argument, he'd block me. Then unblock me 2 weeks later, text me, what are you doing? Classic. So when we got into the biggest argument, he was being rude, as he always was. Basically called him out on it. I said he was rude or narcissist or something like that. He sends me a paragraph saying the nastiest things anyone has ever said to me. This wasn't even the text that he called me chubby. That was later on. In this text, he told me that I was a sad excuse for a mother. I'm not even gonna repeat some of the things that he called me because how inappropriate they are. It was so hateful that it actually hurt my feelings. I was down bad after that text because, once again, I didn't have any self-worth. I didn't know who I was. So the things that he said held a lot of weight when they shouldn't have. And even after he said those things, I was still entertaining this man. So we got into another fight. He asks me if I want to hook up. I say no. He gets offended and said, okay, good luck, chubby, or something along those lines. Something about me being chubby. Once again, I'm like, oh, good one. I said he has a weird shaped head, which was true. And he was like, he didn't deny it. He was like, okay, you got me with that one. We end up making plans to hang out. He lives in a really nice apartment downtown Kansas City. I was gonna come over. I bailed on him. With advance notice, he blocks me. Then, of course, he unblocks me. And what do? Invite him over. So he came over. Is way cuter in person, okay? Like, I really hate to say it. So cute. Tall, tatted, clean, smells nice. Like, check, check, check. And I mean, he was very pleasant in person, of course, because he knew what he was getting. I don't really have any complaints about our interaction. I've since been blocked again because that's just what he does. I don't even have any crazy takeaways about this story other than love yourself so that you don't put up with crazy men like that. I also was putting my friends through the ringer because every time he would send me horrible stuff, I'd be sending them screenshots and they're like, Maddie, block him. Stop talking to him. But I also feel like it is a bit of a universal experience to give toxic men multiple chances because you don't realize that you deserve more. And no man, no matter how they look, is worth any sort of negative emotional turmoil. So yes, I slept with a man who called me chubby, and I'd do it again. I'm just kidding. Do as I say, not as I do.